Do you have less than $100,000 invested? If you do, pretty soon you're going to be completely ignored by any good financial advisor in the country because of changes that are happening right now. I mean, last week I wrote a blog on my website talking about the different ways that advisors can get paid and approximately how much they get paid for this advice. Check it. That was stupid. So one of these ways was through what is called deferred sales charge, or DSC, which means that when you invested money, you'd basically be signing a contract that says if you take this money out within, say, 7 years, you're going to have to pay a penalty. So what would happen when you would do this is that the big firm would know that your money was going to be there for a long enough time so that they could pay the advisor an upfront commission for this. Which in theory, this is absolutely great, because in theory, you're investing for the long term, you should be staying with the advisor for a long term, so then it's not going to matter. But in reality, shit happens. This didn't work out for a lot of consumers. Plus, a lot of advisors would give their clients bad advice just to generate this big commission up front. And then there are some really shady advisors that are actually bad people that were doing illegal things with this with their clients so they could double dip on commissions and stuff like this. So for that reason, basically there was so many complaints and compliance issues that companies are going to completely get rid of this option, which is great for people that have money, but not so good for people that are just starting out that don't have very much money. So I'm just going to kind of do the math for you and talk about somebody that's got $20,000 and they want some advice, and they've worked really hard to get this money. This means a lot to them. They've spent a lot of time saving it. They want good advice. Well, back in the DSC days, you could go and sit down with somebody like me at my old firm or whoever, whatever, and we'd sit down and it would be worth my time or somebody else's time, because I know at the end of the day I'm maybe going to make about $800 when you invest that money. But in the other form, and the way that I get paid now, is I know that I'm just going to make $120 over the course of the rest of the year for giving you this advice, or $10 a month. That's not very great. Even though you've got 20 grand, which is a lot of money, that's not really good money for me or another advisor. So why is an advisor going to give you that time when it takes generally about 4 months to convert a client, plus probably like 6 hours of actual work by the time you have coffee, introduce yourself, have another information gathering meeting, then give you the advice, and then you make the decisions and fill out all the paperwork. It takes time. So this person's making like $10 or $20 an hour just to give you this advice. It's not worth their time. So what's going to happen is nobody worth their salt, nobody that's good at this business is going to talk to you if you have that little amount of money, because it's not going to be worth their time anymore. But I will still talk to you. And you're asking yourself when I say that, why are you such a desperate loser, Kent? And I hope that I'm not a desperate loser and that I don't come across as a desperate loser. But what I have done is I have found a way to cut out a lot of the wasted time that it takes to give you the advice by making you do some of the work. I'm doing these videos to introduce myself to you, so I can cut that 6 hours of work down to maybe 1 or 2 hours of work and still give you the same or actually better advice than I would have before, because now I'm reducing your investment fees. So I'm giving you the best of both worlds, and now I've gone from making $10 or $20 an hour to somewhere around $60 an hour for working with somebody with $20,000, which I'm happy with. So that's what's going to happen. That's one of the reasons why I think you should come and work with me. I think there are plenty, but understand that that's part of what's going to happen going forward, because the industry is changing, and there are going to be a lot of reasons why you need to come and start talking to somebody like me or somebody that has a platform more like mine. Thanks.